Do 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 do. All right, Anthony and Air podcast. Nice little episode here for you. Elon's bid to buy Twitter getting shady, getting real slim shady.
The real Slim Shady.
Doesn't have
Okay.
anything to do with Eminem, actually, but I just wanted to position it that way. More Mark Meadows text leaks regarding January 6th. We've got President Biden's handshake fail. That's a doozy. Speaking of doozy, Ducey called a stupid SOB by Jen Psaki. So blown away by this Netflix fertility documentary that's coming out. I'm going to share the details. You're going to not believe what this story is. It's incredible. It's ridiculously incredible.
Huge.
Huge, Jerry. Huge. Seinfeld's TV mom passes. Very sad. Speaking of sad, Taylor Hawkins' first and maybe only posthumous release, the first Seder in the VP's residence tonight as we speak.
Wow.
Yes. Speaking of first members only show coming up Saturday night for the members only. If you have not joined,
grab your members and join.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
That is pretty good. And of course, all the stuff that we have not been getting to, maybe not we get to it this episode. The J Seps cheat on her husband.
The penis thing, I want to. That's ridiculous. We got to get that to that penis one.
Guy divorces the wife. 1 out of 9. The whole thing is crazy. It's a whole thing, and we got it. Let's go. Aside from the fact that Frank just dropped some incredible personal news on me, that
not only did I just drop news on you, I just literally spilled my drink all over the place. I dropped my news and I dropped my drink.
Yeah. Getting to this episode has good, man. Go fix what you got to do.
God.
Getting to this episode has been an absolute nightmare. It's a miracle that we're here, but we're here. We made it together. And Frank shared news that I'm literally shocked about. We're not sharing it here on the show. It's not his news. It's about somebody that we know. It means nothing to you.
It doesn't mean anything to anybody.
But he literally, before we go live, he goes, "Oh, by the way, this happened." And I was just flabbergasted. And then a technical glitch, and then a spilled drink, and now here we are.
It's been the first 5 minutes.
It's
been great.
It's been a scene. So, but yeah, it is a big announcement that we're doing the first members only show tomorrow night. More details on that to come for our members. We'll post that in the members area on YouTube. So check that community tab there if you're a member. And we got a lot of exciting things, even having members on. We're going to talk about all of it. We'll have all details. Hang tight. But if you haven't joined, that's why we're telling you.
Yeah.
Join up now.
Join. We got the link below. 3 different levels. Get in on the fun.
Link is in the description. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, if you're listening on Spotify or watching on Spotify, we're not putting anything on Facebook. We haven't put videos up on Facebook. We're banned there. We're staying banned there. I kind of feel like fuck Facebook right now, but that whole thing hasn't situated itself just yet. But anyway, links are always in the episode descriptions. And of course, on the homepage of anthonyonair.com. So if you need to go somewhere to get that join up link, do so now. For $2.99, you can be a part of our secret show tomorrow night. Don't miss it. Okay, go ahead, buddy. So let's talk about Elon Musk. Elon Musk trying to buy Twitter. He came out with this huge deal a couple of days ago, $54 a share, $40 billion. He left a voicemail for the Twitter people. He put out the tweet. He said he was going to announce this deal. He did announce the deal after showing it to them the night before. It was a big deal. He's basically admitting to, I'll cut through all the BS and give you just the basics of it all, which is he's overpaying and admittingly overpaying for Twitter. He's like, I'm just going to pay more for it because I want it. I think I can fix it, but it has to be private in order for me to do that. Okay. So he does that. Fast forward to now Twitter, it's their turn to respond because basically what he is saying here is, I'm going to buy Twitter. I'm going to overpay for it. If you don't sell it to me, then I'm going to take my 9% and I'm going to dump it on the open market. And the fact that I became the largest Twitter shareholder and I am now just throwing my shares away, that is going to tank the stock. So he was kind of signaling to them,
how could that be legal?
Well, I mean, that's just kind of the nature of what would happen. If he doesn't have faith in the company after being the largest percentage owner, he's going to say, I'm going to sell my shares. And that's going to signal to the market, this company is in trouble and not worth investing in. And they feel like that's going to tank the market. Okay.
Twitter's not going anywhere, by the way.
I don't know. By the way, Mark Cuban said that Elon Musk is just fucking with Twitter and the SEC just to drive the value of his stock up so that when he sells it, he makes a shit ton of money.
Which he doesn't have enough.
He doesn't really need to do. And what Cuban is saying is basically going against what every other financial expert has been saying, which is that stock is going to tank if Elon says, I have no confidence in this and I'm going to sell. Right. Okay. So that was the first part of it. That's all the first stuff that happened. What's happened today in the last couple of hours is Twitter has decided that they are going to do what people are calling the poison pill.
I heard about this.
How about that? Do you want to explain what this is, or do you want to explain it?
I don't understand it too well. I didn't read too much on it, but go ahead.
Okay. So basically what Twitter, the poison pill for Twitter, and you know, I might have a little bit of this wrong because I've never really heard this. By the way, poison pill for Twitter. Poison pill is something that came out in like the 80s when corporate takeovers were like all the rage. People were trying to figure out like, oh, how could we combat you know, these corporate takeovers? And the poison pill is one of the things that they came up with. And the poison pill basically says that if Elon in order to reject Elon's bid to buy the company and not have him tank the stock, they would issue like a shit ton of secondary, you know, shares of the stock and put so many out into the market that it would essentially render his percentage of what he owns pretty much useless.
Wouldn't that cripple everybody who owns Twitter stock and tank the company? So that's what a poison pill is. Just you're basically murdering your own company just to get back at Elon Musk.
Kind of.
And that doesn't screw over millions of people.
Here we go. As a simple intent to make it less palatable for a potential buyer to pursue the target company, if the buyer accumulates shares above a certain threshold, in this particular case, if Musk winds up going from his 9%, I think he owns, up to 15%, Twitter would flood the market with new stock that all shareholders except Mr. Musk could buy at a discounted price. So I guess in that instance, maybe the public doesn't even get it, but all the other shareholders would get a chance to buy it.
How could they stop him from buying it?
I guess that's the special stock that they could put together. The shareholders can decide.
Yeah, but he's he's the main shareholder.
The move would immediately dilute Mr. Musk's stake and make it significantly more expensive for him to buy the company. Mr. Musk currently owns 9%. Twitter says its plan would be in place for just shy of 1 year. The tool will not stop the company from holding talks with any potential buyer and will give it more time to negotiate a deal that Twitter's board believes best reflects the company's value. Which is amazing to me because, again, everybody universally agrees that he's offering more than what the company is really actually worth.
Yeah, because he's confident that him just talking about Twitter and getting on Twitter and taking it over is going to jack the price, you know, is going to raise its shares through the roof. So even if he pays more for it, he's going to make out bigger in the end. He's not going to blow money on it. Then again, he might, he might take a loss if he needs to. He doesn't affect him either way. I feel like
this is no skin off his rear end whatsoever at all. Yeah, he doesn't lose from this coming from this whatsoever. But now they're talking about actually having other people come in and buy the company. So he's moving the needle no matter what, because, I mean, to the best of my knowledge, Twitter wasn't for sale.
Fine, I'll buy it.
Could you imagine?
I don't even know how much a share would be worth. Is costs.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea.
Now, so in response to this, now Elon Musk is saying that he is going to, and I don't know if he really even needs to, but that he is going to try and invite some partners in to help him take the company over.
Why would he even need that?
Well, I think it's a combination of, again, he won't be able to buy the new shares and perhaps somebody else will. And if they partner with him, you know, they can figure that out. Again, if I am not allowed to buy these shares and Frank is, and I go to Frank, okay, you just buy them, and then we'll form a partnership together,
Right.
and that partnership will be, and then we'll own the company outright.
I thought he was just going to space. Can he just focus on one thing? Can he just go to space and leave social media alone?
Blue Horseshoe loves Anacott Steel. Jack me off.
I understand all those words except Anacott, but what?
That's from oh god, not the I was about to say the Wolf of Wall Street. That's from Wall Street.
Oh, Wall Street. Oh, right, Wall Street. Very good.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that movie in God knows how long.
Okay. Wall Street, one of two of the best movies ever in the 80s to feature a robot butler.
The other one, Rocky IV.
Very good, my friend. Very easy.
Come on.
Actually, was Rocky IV in the 80s? That might have been early 90s.
I'm looking it up. I think it was the 80s.
I don't remember now. And if I'm not
Cold
mistaken,
War, the Russian thing, I'm pretty sure.
See if you can look this up, Frank. Is it not the same robot? I think it's kind of like the same looking robot.
1985 was Rocky IV.
Oh, wow. Okay. So Wall Street was in the 80s for sure. I know that. 88 maybe?
Let's see.
88, 89? Yeah, I don't know.
Wall Street was 87.
87. Okay, very good.
All right, and that robot, I don't even see anything for that robot.
Now, I like Robin's move here. He's going to block Elon next time he's on Twitter. Not bad.
It wasn't the same robot.
Perhaps if the rest of the Twitter board does the same, they could actually physically block him. It wasn't the same robot?
No, not even close.
That was the 80s were such an exciting time. Especially like, I feel like three things. Those two movies and Epcot in Disneyland, at Disney World. Like they were all built right around the same time where we thought in the 80s, we thought we were going to have this futuristic existence that just never, ever.
Never just robot butlers. I don't see a robot pouring my it's a margarita, by the way, people asking in the chat.
Yeah, look at you getting hammered on a Friday.
It's Friday, it's the weekend. I'm
Friday,
ready
baby.
to go. And I don't get hammered. I have one. That's it.
And
I spilled half of it, so
you didn't get more? You didn't pour yourself more?
No, I poured more.
Okay.
But it's not that much.
It still counts as if they're all stuck together.
It's not a full glass.
Yeah, but it's true though. All right, we don't have robot butlers, but we do have Siri and Alexa.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like we are talking to our houses to a degree. Like that was a futuristic thing. Like you could talk to your house and your house will tell you if it's going to rain, which we do have.
Yeah, all right. I'll give you that.
We did.
They turn the lights on. They lock your doors.
That's we have all of it. We could put the heat on, put the air conditioner on. We do have voice activated everything that we have.
Draw the shades if you want with your Siri or whatever.
Yeah.
Turn the TV on, set the lighting. I feel like the fridge does something now.
Mm-hmm.
The oven, I'm sure, is controlled by Siri.
We got that. We didn't actually get a physical robot butler or a flying car.
I don't know. I got to be honest. I don't see flying cars happening in the next 100 years. I don't see it happening as a. The only way it would happen is if the people controlling the flying cars, like if it becomes like a taxi system, like the people driving the cars or flying the cars are like pilots, and they become like the professional. Because if you just hand out flying cars to the public, there's going to be so many crashes and accidents and people. It would be chaos. We are not able to. We could barely drive cars without being morons. We're going to start flying them. There's no way. There's no way we can handle that as a society.
Miss Justice wants a fully functional AI male robot with Australian accent. Not bad. As
They
we
have.
know,
I feel like they have stuff like that.
most real men come from Australia these days. That's where we have. If there's a real man in a movie, he's Australian for the
He
most
goes,
part.
"That's not a man. Now that's a man."
Yeah, basically. That's basically true.
Right. So they have stuff like that. You just got to go to the back of the store, and they have
You could
behind a curtain. That's where they are.
And you can. I think you could trade your Siri voice for like a different. You could program the voices that differently.
That would be good. I like that. They should start working on more voices for the response. All right. I like the Alexa and the Siri. They're fine, but let's get some fascinating, fun, crazy voices.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Just in time. Jack Meoff wants a robot butler designed after J-Sabs. It could roll around the house going, "Go ahead."
Go ahead. Yeah, it's just gonna walk. It's just gonna roll around going, "Go ahead," all day.
Problem is if you do get a robot like that, it will constantly be going to the bad part of town towards all the homeless men. So
right. See, you gotta reel it in.
yeah, you got to really make sure your programming is in order. Ain't that right, J-Sabs?
I don't know what I just walked into, but
Your volume is very low.
You got to turn that mic up a bit there.
All
right, we'll give J-Sabs a second chance.
Or knock over the camera. Either way.
But you don't often hear people talking about flying cars. We're really behind on this. We're very into the self-driving car.
That's not bad. Now, if they were self-driving flying cars,
that's what I was.
There could be there could be something there.
That's what I think is going to be next. Similar to how like a drone's going to deliver your Amazon shit.
Yeah, because if we're in charge, if we're flying the cars, it'll be chaos. There's no way we can handle that. We'd be falling from the sky. We'd be a mess. There's no way. I feel like flying cars. You know what's weird? Every now and then, I'd say once a month, as I'm scrolling through like Facebook or something, I'll see a video. This guy invented a flying car. And it basically looks like a one-person airplane with the wings up. I'm like, all right, I guess that technically qualifies.
Yes, I agree. That's bullshit. That seems to be the only flying car we're getting is this small little airplane thing.
It's a plane.
Yeah.
You need to be going a certain speed and take off with lift. And I want something to defy gravity like the Jetsons did. I want it to be, that weird.
Check one.
We don't know where it's coming from. Yeah, we got you.
Your mom sucks a lot of.
Hey, go a little bit more there, J-Sabs. Give me a little bit more.
A little lower, all the way down. All the way.
Lower?
No, higher. Don't Frank.
Lower. Down.
This is like trying to tell my husband. Never mind.
Yeah, because I'm with you, though, Frank.
But you guys are really low too.
Well, turn your headphones up.
Yeah.
They're the highest they could be.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, we'll have to work this out. We'll shout.
Can you hear us?
I mean, it's a struggle, but you know what it is? It's time to get a new iPhone. So that's what it is.
Got it. Tell your husband that while he's.
I would love.
No, just tell the homeless man.
There you go. I was gonna say I want some hover technology.
Hover,
I don't want
right?
A bullshit small plane.
We got to crack that technology. Whatever it takes to be able to hover. It's all in sci-fi movies, but we don't know how to do it unless it's magnets. That's the only way we know how to do it. And metal on metal, we can't guarantee everywhere. So we have to figure out a way to hover. That's our goal.
Do you remember like
women know how to hover? Go ahead.
That's true. Women do know how to hover.
They've nailed that.
I give women credit for that bathroom technique. That's amazing.
Yeah, we got it easy when it comes to that.
Honestly, unless there's pee on the seat, I don't.
You go right down? You sit right down?
Oh, do you nest? Do you put down some TP?
No.
You go right on
You
the
are.
porcelain?
Let me tell you something. You are a true Republican. Okay.
Oh,
You
What does that have to do with anything?
you have no fear.
that is
No fear.
That is.
I pee in front of what's it? 15-foot windows.
That's true.
Right.
You do like to
So
be in
wait.
public.
So you go to let's say you go to the gas station. They give you the key to the bathroom. You go in there. There's no pee on the seat. You're slamming it down.
I don't know if I would ever pee in a gas station.
All right. You go into I don't know, just a public restroom at Dunkin' Donuts. And there's no pee on the seat. You don't see any pee on the seat. You sit right down on
Probably.
the actual seat.
Yep, probably.
You don't put anything between you and the seat.
You can't get anything, so
It's not about getting anything. It's
You can
about
get
getting
skeeved.
stuff on you.
You can get skeeve on you.
Right. Just because you can't see it.
I can't hover correctly, so it doesn't matter.
Oh,
I
boy.
always feel like I'm gonna fall like right in,
Yeah, I don't blame you. That
So,
it can't be easy.
especially because I usually like will wear heels. So imagine hovering in heels.
I can't even walk in heels.
Right.
And he's tried many times.
I have tried. I just can't. I don't know how you just do it. It's the most
So-
uncomfortable thing ever.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know how women didn't throw those away years ago.
I don't know
Like-
how that was even invented. How somebody went, I know. Let's put the heel up a little bit.
Yeah, let's make women walk on their tippy toes.
Yeah, that's a good
Right.
idea.
We
And
could
how did
do
that
this?
How did that stick around?
Yeah, everybody going for that. I don't
Makes
know
no sense.
how that lasted.
That's what she said.
Makes absolutely no sense. All right, so that's the Twitter thing. Yeah, our future is bullshit. We don't have robot butlers, but
We want robot butlers and we want hover technology.
do you think it's weird though that we immediately go to a servant in the robot space?
Well, what do you want?
I don't know. That feels a little weird. Like, all right, we're gonna make a robot that can do things. I know. You can go get me a fucking drink.
Well, we got everything else taken care of. I feel like. A robot. There was someone in the chat. I can't. It was way up there in the chat that wanted like Johnny Five from or the Johnny Cab from Total Recall. That kind of robot. Remember Total Recall with Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, I don't remember that. I don't remember this part.
The cabs on Mars were all Johnny cabs, and they
Oh,
were
the
that
robots?
robot guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all right. But they're still doing us a service. They would be working for us, basically, like most robots do. They do things for people. So that's why I feel like robot butlers is not far off.
I just think as soon as we get that self-driving car, that self-flying car can't be too far behind. That's how
Yeah.
that's how you say. But and here's an instance where I completely disagree with stupid Elon Musk. His whole thing was digging tunnels, thinking that tunnels would alleviate traffic, having
Right.
instead of you using, roads or streets to go across town, you would just go underground into this tunnel that would be a high-speed tunnel and it would shoot you across town.
I feel like you just have traffic underground then.
Yeah, I don't hate you just have traffic of people waiting to go into the fucking tunnel. Like, have you seen the New York City tunnels? Like, they're all a nightmare.
Yeah.
I,
And they're gross. They stink. Eventually, they're just going to get gross.
Janine, would you pee in the tunnel?
Probably.
Okay.
If I had to, yes.
Yeah.
So you're sitting in a car. You haven't moved for 3 hours. You got to pee. You get out. You go right up against the wall.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a subway tunnel. Like if
No,
I'm
no.
stuck
I'm
in
talking like Lincoln Tunnel.
I think a subway tunnel is more disgusting than the Lincoln Tunnel.
Yeah, agreed.
Do I? Okay. Do I have anything to pee in?
No,
And I have to really pee?
really pee. You
There's
can't.
always your husband's hand.
I'm not gonna pee my pants. I'm gonna pee on
You
the
have
tunnel.
uromycetitis, and you have to pee. No.
All right, let me ask Frank this because I don't know if this is really a question for Janine. You're driving on a long road trip.
Mhm.
You got a Snapple bottle.
Mm.
Pee in it?
Am I driving the car?
Yes.
I'm driving. Then I pull over and pee somewhere, like side of the road. If I'm in the middle of nowhere,
You're not a real man.
I'm driving.
Anthony,
I have
you
to
definitely
drive.
have peed Okay, I'm going to tell you a story. But you have definitely peed in a bottle, right? Driving?
Bottles.
Frank, you haven't?
I have not.
Never?
Never.
You've never had to pee so bad.
I have had to pee so bad. I haven't had a bottle. There was one time that I was on the road.
That you
I
used
was
your wife's mouth. Go ahead.
Belt Parkway, and anybody
Ugh.
in New York knows the Belt Parkway is a
Ugh.
nightmare. Just before, a couple of miles before the Belt Parkway meets the Van Wyck.
Oh,
They say no one's ever beaten the Van Wyck.
They say that. Just before then, I had to pee so bad, but I was stuck in traffic, and I knew I was at least a half an hour away from my exit. So I'm stuck out there. I'm in traffic, and my eyes are turning yellow. That's how much I have to pee. So I get off at the very next exit, and I'm on. I don't even know the neighborhood. I've never been in this neighborhood. It's Queens, but it's like Eastern Queens. I don't know where the hell I am. I'm looking around for a store. I park the car. I get out. I run in the first door. Oh, no bathroom, no bathroom. Okay, fine. I run into a mattress store, and I tell the guy, listen, I have to pee extremely bad. This is going to be a problem. Please let me pee. He lets me into the back gross bathroom, and it was the best, the most relief I've ever had in my life. Didn't have to sit down.
okay.
As a guy, you don't have to sit down when you pee. So I didn't, and it was amazing.
I was in the same thing. I was on the Bell Parkway, but I was going through Brooklyn. It was going through Sheepshead Bay.
Mm-hmm.
There's no forest area there to this was my bachelor party weekend, maybe. Do you remember this, Frank? And we pulled over at Sheepshead Bay, and I walked into some weird ass like karate store fucking thing.
Which is weird because we were only like 10 minutes away from from leaving our house.
Yeah, but I drank a lot of water and shit that morning, and I just had to fucking go. And that's why to this day I keep a water bottle with me in the car at all times. There's always a water bottle in the car so I can take a leak in it if I need.
Well, the reason you always have a water bottle in your car is because your car's a mess anyway.
Well, that's true.
There's always everything in your car.
That is quite true. Now, J-Sabs, Gary says never leave home without the quote unquote bucket.
Ah.
Do women have their own pee bottle version in bucket form that I don't know about?
I mean, no, but I saw, was it Paul who wrote that there's like a funnel that women can use? And honestly, I was very tempted to buy one of those things.
I've seen those.
A pee funnel.
Now, don't they have like a paper version of that where you use it and then you just throw it away?
Oh.
That seems flimsy.
I saw this thing. It's like those old water cups. You know, those little water cups that
those little cones like you get at the doctor's office?
And it looks like that. No. And it's got a hole on the end, and you hook it up to your business, and women could pee in urinals.
I've seen, that you can pee in urinals, but
because it flows down the thing, but it swoops back up, so it kind of like sends it out.
No, why you just rinse it out and carry it in your purse?
No, it's weird. Paper. You crumble it up, and I think it's flushable or something, or you throw it out in the garbage. I don't know.
Yeah, but when does a woman get the opportunity to pee in a urinal?
Well, Frank, there's plenty of opportunities.
That was the whole point of this product, was that now women could go pee in the urinals. That we can put urinals in ladies' rooms.
I feel like they skipped a step. Like the urinals have to be there first.
You act like you've never been to a concert where women have been like sorry and walked in front of 900 men on a line to go pee in the men's room.
But the one time that's happened,
that happens at every concert, and we just
Mr. Bouncer.
We cannot stop them. There's nothing we can do. We're powerless.
It's funny. The one time I was actually dragged to, I don't even remember if it was an NSYNC or a Backstreet Boys concert.
Wow.
Was a lie.
Goodbye.
Totally dragged
Mm-hmm.
by an ex-girlfriend. And I went to the men's room.
I dragged by an ex-girlfriend. Do you mean you got the tickets you wanted through the club there, the fan club?
I'll let you sit with that joke for a little bit. I'm not even going to respond.
I couldn't think of fan club. Shut up.
Good. So, the men's room, there was a line for the women's room wrapped around the place. Men's room, I just strolled right in. There was nobody there. It was amazing. I was like, it sucks to be you guys. Then again, I had to go back in and listen to whatever the hell concert it was.
Yeah, that's bullshit. What was it? NSYNC or Backstreet Boys?
I don't remember. It was one of them.
Hard to tell, right?
I can't. I honestly can't remember which one it was. I think NSYNC, but
I've never even been to one of those.
I don't remember.
Is that right, Jay Sams? You never fell into the boy band trap? I could see that.
No.
Although I found it interesting that women were basically split on the Backstreet Boys NSYNC thing. Like, You
Well,
could like both, but they were die hard for one or
Yeah.
the other.
It's like,
Well,
no,
I
you
think-
had to choose one.
Yeah.
Then Justin Timberlake kind of threw it over the edge, right? And once you Justin Timberlake being part of NSYNC kind of made you go, all right, NSYNC.
Yeah.
Is that your own personal feelings? Because that's not how the rest of the world is.
I thought people sided with JT
I don't know.
because there's no real standout member of the Backstreet Boys, is there?
Probably Nick Carter, but for bad reasons. So
Yeah.
I actually saw on TikTok the other day that 3 of them performed at somebody's like wedding.
Yep,
You
I saw
saw
that
that?
too. That came up
Oh
on my.
boy.
I'm like,
Like-
why?
And watching Joey Fatone like do the moves at like fucking 65 or whatever he is was pretty hysterical.
Oh my God.
Anthony, 65. I think he's a year older than us. Now shut up.
Don't say that. Is that right? Is that true?
He's not
Holy
much older than we are.
Jesus.
But hey, he's been in movies. Joey Fatone runs his own hot dog company. He has like restaurants all around the country.
Is that what he does?
They're called Fat Ones.
Got it.
That's what she
And-
said.
And he's
Let me
also
ask
on like Impractical Jokers and stuff.
Let me ask you a question. Would you rather sit down at a gas station bathroom, no tissue underneath, just your bare arse,
Arse.
or be on the receiving end of a glory hole?
What? Now, the question becomes, which end is the receiving end?
That's true. Like
Yeah, what is
your
it? Yeah.
member is in the wall.
My member's in the wall?
Yeah,
I don't know what's on the other side.
right.
I'm sitting bare ass because I'm in a men's room. I don't know what's on. I don't want to.
Am
Also-
I married in this scenario?
I'm
Because
also
that's an easy
married.
answer then if I'm married.
Yeah,
Definitely
I'll
not
sit on the
married.
toilet.
Okay, that's hypothetical.
I'm sitting at the toilet.
Yeah, I gotta say I'm
Frank, I'm
sitting-
surprised. I'm surprised, you guys. Okay.
I don't
Well-
like that's not my deal. I'm not into that.
I was gonna say I did all right. I think I could
Yeah.
forge that on my own and probably do fairly well. I don't need
Yeah.
to be in a bathroom glory hole.
All right, fine.
Yeah, that's not how we
You
can
guys, you guys definitely don't know how to live. But okay.
If I'm ever that desperate, you tell me where. Have you ever? I've never seen one. I've never been in a bathroom where there.
Yeah,
there was
me
one.
either.
Have anybody ever? Okay.
With a glory hole?
Seen one. I
Yeah.
made one.
I feel like you have one in your house,
You've never been to Janine's bathroom in her house?
right?
Right.
Jack me off. Is it a prolapse glory hole?
That's hard to pull off, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
No.
All right, here's the question: would you ever use a glory hole, Frank? Ever?
No.
That's a
I'm not
risk.
into. I'm not into that.
Janine, I could ask you the same question. Women use glory holes, don't they?
I-
It's a little different, but
I
they
have
do.
I have a fear that a guillotine's just going to come down, and it's not gonna end well. I don't like putting it anywhere. I don't know what's going on the other side.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
risk.
Tell that to your 22-year-old self. Sure.
Maybe, but I'm not 22 anymore.
Janine brings up a good point. The world had there was a different outlook on the world when we were 22.
I guess.
Anything is possible. 22-year-old Anthony, I don't even know what was going on there. Anything is possible, I guess.
Oh, I just meant you would stick your in anything at that age,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I guess, but
As much as I'd like to say no.
Oh, you know what? I miss my
22.
old job making glory hole jokes. I just got like a flashback, like deja vu.
you had a job making glory hole jokes?
I wish. At my old job, I used to always make them.
Glory hole jokes?
Why?
My friend who worked there, and he was gay, so I always made those jokes.
Wait, worked where?
You
At
don't
a
have to
glory
be
hole?
gay to
At a
enjoy a glory hole.
I know, but that's what made it even worse.
Okay.
That
Okay.
and what are those things called where you meet up, carpool? But there's a few Long Island. What are they called?
Carpool.
Where you carpool to go into the city or back?
Oh,
Uber?
No.
Park and ride?
Park and ride. Yes,
Ah.
that is for gay men. Do you guys knew that or no?
I was aware of that.
I heard truck stops, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it like the same thing?
No.
Okay.
I'm not good with any sort of, what do they call that, clandestine meet. Like I need everything to be worked out. I can't just show up at a place and be like, are we gonna blow each other? I couldn't.
That doesn't work for me either.
I feel like I would
What do you
get
mean? You
all
have
of
to have a
those.
plan?
Yeah, I would get all those signals wrong.
I
would
gotta
just
at
get
least
every
know
one
the-
of those signals wrong.
I got to at least know the person's first name.
No,
That-
not
if-
that. I would be screwing it up. I'd be like, I thought I had this thing cooking, and it turns out the guy just needed a fucking lighter. That was all he was looking for. He's going on his way, his merry little way. Like, there's like a thing where you put. Wasn't that the thing? Wasn't there a congressperson or a senator that got nailed in the airport for doing that? And you
Probably.
stick your foot under the toilet thing a certain way, and that does it, or so.
How many ways can you stick your foot under a toilet stall?
I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know who comes up with all these, like the swinger thing we were talking about, the upside down pineapple in the shopping cart. Like, who comes up with this shit?
That's weird.
And understands and interprets it. I don't know.
You know what? Like one day, I just want to do that. I just want to just
See how
roll
many
around
takers
with
you
my kids
get?
in the cart and just an upside down pineapple. And that's it.
You'd have to
stuff.
film that because I would be curious to see how many people come up to you.
That
Okay.
would be a good sociological experiment.
It would be great to have one of the guys on this show versus Janine and just see how lopsided those numbers are.
Now, are we going to like a Stop and Shop or are we going
Yeah.
to like Pathmark? Because
Excellent question.
the clientele,
Which supermarket chain is more swinger friendly?
I feel like Pathmark has like an upside down pineapple in the logo. So
I don't think there's
I don't
even a Pathmark anymore.
I don't know. A&P? I have no idea.
A&P. What are you, 80? That's stored like.
A&P exists.
I don't think so, Frank.
I feel like there's an A&P out there somewhere.
There's an A&P in the swinger community, but that's a whole different thing.
That stands for something else.
Yeah. You don't even want to know.
Anus prolapsed.
And when they were showing all the footage from the Brooklyn shooter there, I saw a C-Town. I was like, wow, it's been a while since I saw a C-Town.
There's one in our old neighborhood, I feel, right? Isn't that still there?
How would you describe
Up the block from
C-Town?
my mom's house.
It's like a super bodega, isn't it? It's not exactly
It's an extra large bodega.
It's a market, if you will, rather than a supermarket.
It's yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I feel like if there were cats sitting on the groceries, you wouldn't bat an eye.
Let's talk about that guy because Janine had a thing on. Okay, you're gonna say something?
The one near my mom's house is not like that.
Well, because they did have super C-Towns for a while,
Yeah.
didn't they?
Well, all I know is that my father likes to go in there and have a lot of sexual innuendo with the deli women. Yes.
Okay.
And he thinks it's hysterical. He tells me.
Is there an upside down pineapple involved?
Is it because of the word C-Town? That just opens up a whole category of things.
They get their cold cuts from there because they say they're the freshest, which is true because it's a busy one. It's a popular one.
All right.
And so he likes to say sexual things to the deli woman about cutting his meat, how he likes his meat. How do you like your meat?
How is your father
Yeah.
still a free man? How has he not been locked up already?
Because it's all in good fun. And I guess that's where I get it from.
Man.
I will say there's something about 60-year-old men and delis because there's one of my neighbors, like on the rare occasion where like I go to the supermarket at like 8:00 on a Saturday morning, right? I always see him in there and he's always talking to the women behind the deli counter.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I feel like it's one of those people. It's the same kind of person that sits at like an Applebee's bar and just knows everybody by name and is just there every night. Nothing wrong with that. It's just that's their thing.
Important question. Are pineapple rings code for glory holes?
Aha.
Oh.
That's something we should look into.
Only if the can is upside down.
What I was going to say before is, though, have you ever seen an actual glory hole? Have you ever actually seen one?
No.
I can neither confirm or nor deny.
Because that's not even really possible, though, is it? Like a real like a glory hole in a bathroom? Like, when does that ever happen?
I don't know. Plus, I mean, like, would you go into a bathroom with a hole that you could see into the
Yes.
next stall?
Yes. There's usually just one. It's just like a one stall bathroom, but the guy who I used to work with told me that there was one off the LIE on the service road at a gas station.
Hold on, wait, slow down.
Yeah, what's the address?
Exit 62.
Like, this
Now-
is really close to this. Not going to be far at all.
I can't imagine that actual hole, the glory hole, is cleaned on a regular basis. So I'm not putting my.
Is
Anywhere.
this what you're worried about? The
Yeah, I know. Come
the
on.
I'm worried about a
sanitization of-
lot. Well, I'm just going down the list. That's the first thing. Second thing I'm worried about
Wait, you
is
have a list already?
Just put your member
who's
back.
on the other.
Just
who's
put your
on the other
member in
side?
there, and that's it.
No,
All right.
no, thank you.
Let me ask you a question, Frank. Wait, go back to this glory hole. Go back to the glory hole thing. I want to know what it was. Does it go into another room, or are you talking about just in between stalls?
It was
Because I feel like that's bullshit and that's cheating. You're just fucking going to see the other person anyway. What's the point?
You're gonna see the once you leave. Who leaves first?
Yeah.
what
All
I
right,
want to know
You
is
got.
who is the first person to like make this up. Like, you know what? I'm gonna cut out a hole in a gas station bathroom, put my penis through there, and see what happens.
Just see what happens.
And you don't know what's on the other side of that. It could be anybody. I don't. No good.
It could be. Imagine. You know what? I just got a really disgusting thought. Imagine it was your mom on the other side.
That's why that was one of the reasons why I said no to the glory
Wait,
hole thing.
your mom
before.
or my mom?
Yeah.
It would be definitely my mom over your
Oh,
mom,
all right.
right?
Then we're all right.
But I'm just like, imagine, or even worse, your dad.
My dad's been known to frequent those places anyway, so
It's unconfirmed which end he stands on.
Google Maps location, J-Sabs, or it didn't happen. That's from What's for Dinner.
Right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so here's my next question, Frank. Would you go and use a glory hole if your wife suggested it as part of a little role-playing thing?
Ooh.
Like you go on one side, Frank, I'll go on the other.
No, it's still
Ooh.
gross. It's still a gross. I feel like no matter what, I'm gonna be in a bathroom and it's gonna stink in there no matter what. I've never been in a public bathroom that might potentially have a glory hole that smelled great. So there's no way I'm gonna be able to enjoy myself standing next to a toilet that is most likely unclean.
Is it always a bathroom though, or are there other places for glory holes?
Where else are you taking your pants down?
I was going to ask that as well, but also, why not?
Why not what?
The both of you, like that's a good idea. Or you could just make one in your own house.
Yeah, but explain that to company.
Oh, we got this damn hole. Whew. I'll fix it next weekend.
Yeah. So I can
Like
fix that for
Anthony
you.
up
No,
there.
no. Where do you put that hole?
Mm.
I
guess
tell
it
you
must
after the
be-
podcast.
I guess it must be exciting to use a glory hole. Like, is that the thrill? Like, who knows who's on the other end?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Paul?
you could use your
You have any
imagination.
thoughts?
I guess that's the whole thing.
Mm.
For a blind person, everybody's a glory hole. Is that a T-shirt? Is that a bumper sticker? What was that? Not? I'm like a margarita in the hole. What's wrong?
Wait, he's still laughing?
All right, we lost Anthony.
Are you okay?
That's the margarita talking.
That might have been the funniest thing you have ever said.
That's a fridge magnet if I ever heard one.
Oh my god, are you okay?
It's all about the imagination. That's all. Oh boy.
Jesus Christ. We can't talk about Mark Meadows' text messages after this, can we?
What's the other topics? Maybe we could jump around a little.
Maybe we should. By the way, Mark Meadows looks like he's definitely used a couple of glory holes in his day.
I think he invented glory holes.
He looks like a glory hole guy. Let's just do this quickly. We'll move on to other things.
All right.
This is more of Mark Meadows' texts have leaked. This is now a few text messages from Senator Mike Lee of Utah and GOP Rep Chip Roy. Is there a better name in Congress than Chip Roy? Sounds like somebody who fought Walker Texas Ranger on that.
Oh God.
That's dangerously close to Chips Ahoy.
That would be great if his middle name was That would be phenomenal.
Oh
Chips
my
Ahoy.
God.
That'd be awesome.
Chips Ahoy.
Anyway, same stuff. You can imagine what was in there, challenging the election, doing that whole 9 yards. They were encouraging Trump to take every single action that he could to overturn the election. Supposedly by January 3rd, as they saw the tide start to turn and there was no real substance there, they started to pull back. What I did find interesting was that it was Lee who lobbied Meadows to let Sidney Powell get access to Trump. Sidney Powell was that lawyer, remember, who kind of like went all the way and was like, there are so many cases, like they basically made up stuff. They were the ones who made her and Giuliani just started making up stuff where there wasn't anything. And Lee was the person who, through these text messages, we could see, hooked them up. He was the one who got her in.
So Mark Meadows was first he hosted Truth or Dare.
Was
that not him?
It's Mark Summers.
Oh, Mark Summers. Okay. So Mark Meadows
Delete that.
Was on Saturday Night Live for a while.
No.
No?
It's Tim Meadows.
Oh, that's Tim Meadows. All right. So Mark Meadows.
I have no idea who Mark Meadows is.
Was sending text messages saying we need to overturn the election.
People were texting him, but
people were texting him. He has all these text messages. Was he responding? Do we see him go, yeah, we got to return them?
You know, they never really say. I think they're kind of protecting him because he gave all these text messages over. And I don't think he's ever been like, it's weird because even in the Don Jr. stuff and this stuff, they don't say what his side of it was. But I think he was trying to stay pretty even keel.
All right. So people were texting him. What power did he have to do anything? I mean, like, why would they text him that?
Well, he was the chief of staff.
But he doesn't have any. What is he going to? Hey, Mark Meadows, tell the president we got to overturn the. I mean, Trump was already trying to overturn the election. It's not like these people texting Mark Meadows was going to do anything.
Then you start to see them text him like, "Hey, you guys are getting out of hand. Focus more on the legal stuff rather than the stuff that you're blowing out of proportion." They started texting that.
But there was nothing legal about any of it. You can't overturn the election.
No, well, as far as making sure all the ballots were being counted, all legitimate challenges to any sort of those things were fine. They wanted to stay on point with that. But what I found interesting was this Sidney Powell, through this Lee, who literally just pushed herself in to go and make a fucking name for herself. Like, not to paint Trump as a victim, but she kind of took advantage of the situation and all these dopes around him to go out there and put herself in this fucking spotlight for this thing.
Right. All right. Well, I don't think, I mean, these texts, I feel like the more texts that come out, I don't know why they're being leaked out like one at a time. But
because the Democrats have control of them and they're slowly giving them to the Democratic.
I guess. But the January 6th Commission is not just Democrats, it's Republicans in there. Too. And they're getting this information. I don't see any positive information being leaked. Like, oh, see, all this is on, like the Republicans aren't leaking, oh, look at this. You know, here's positive stuff that shows nothing bad happened. It's all, anything being leaked or being spread through the media is, maybe it's coming from Democrats, but it's still, you know, it's damning stuff. It's not positive.
Mm-hmm.
So why isn't anything that the January 6th committee finding out, why isn't anything on the side of, no, they were doing everything on the up and up?
Because that's not what happened.
Because that's not what happened.
It's going to be a killer movie when it comes out. I'll tell you what.
You got my $20.
Oh my God. This
The Biden handshake fail.
I said this to my husband before because I'm like,
I did not see this. I have to watch. Do we have the video?
It's an all-timer. Yeah, let's do it right after we do our read for Jumpstart Coffee Company. Best coffee in all the land. Coffee as good as Frank's. Everybody who's blind is just using a glory hole joke. That is.
It might not be that good.
Forever going to be great. Great coffee, great cause. Save 15% when you use the promo code AOA15, which does not affect the 50% that goes over to the Navy SEAL Foundation. Of course, Frank's showing off the dark roast blend. I love the espresso blend and the medium as well, which was surprising to me because I didn't think I'd like medium, but I did. And it's just great coffee. And again, like I said, they support the Navy SEAL Foundation, so support them with a purchase. Link in the description for this episode. Link on the homepage of anthonyonair.com. If you do there, subscribe and save, you get a beautiful white tumbler that is just incredible. Subscribe and save is when you say, hey, I want 2 bags of coffee every single month.
And there's no minimum for the subscribe and save, right? You can get 1 bag a month.
Get whatever you want. You get 1 bag a month. You get 3 bags a month. Basically, whatever your coffee needs are, you can set it up with them, and they'll just make it happen. And then on the 3rd month, bam,
tumbler time.
Tumbler time, baby. That beautiful white tumbler with the Jumpstart Coffee Company logo on it. That is just extraordinary. Again, for the patriot in your life, for the Navy veteran in your life, for the veteran period in your life, they're going to love Jumpstart Coffee Company, not just because of what it stands for, but because of the flavors. So hop on and order that today.
Great stuff.
Joe Biden was giving a speech.
Uh-huh.
I forget where. Not important. And he delivers a rousing, America, and blah blah blah, and all that nice stuff.
Sure.
Come on,
And then
man.
turns to give a handshake to absolutely no one.
Can we see this?
Nobody. Yes, there's nobody else on stage with him. There's nobody even close to being on stage with him. He left his hand out for a very.
Was he before we see the video? Was he just signaling to someone, or was it a clear he was going to shake someone's hand? Was he like going like this, like maybe someone was coming up on stage and he was like turning towards them and signaling, or he was going for a hearty handshake? All right, let's see.
You be the judge. You be the judge. Here he is, yapping his gums. He's talking America. Come on, man. He gets this whole thing, and then what? There is nobody in the vicinity of this.
What did he say? I need context. I need the audio.
He said, "I'm not Trump, America, America. I'm not Trump," and that was it. I think that's how he ends all his.
That's
speeches.
not bad. That's not a bad way to end the speech.
No, it's not. It's really not. I'll play the audio for you. I'll put it up a little bit. I don't think it's going to give you the context you're looking for. It's not like he said, "Oh, watch everybody. I'm going to shake somebody's hand. Pretend shake."
Maybe he was like, "Is this your card?" No, I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe,
the context.
Or maybe he's just a frightened, old, confused.
That could be
man deteriorating in front of our eyes.
Let's see. I got no audio.
You can't hear that?
No.
He says, "America, God bless you all." That's all he said.
Okay. And then he turns. Let's continue. Yeah, let's play the whole thing.
Frank, the closest thing to him is those little screens they read the speech off of.
I don't know if it's a handshake he's going for.
What, Frank?
I think he's just signaling. He's doing something. He's just going.
That's a handshake move.
Look at his face. He's looking off to the side of the stage like.
Yeah, because he's confused.
You're confused.
He's fucking confused.
He doesn't know where he is.
Sharon.
Why would he... I don't know. I need an explanation. Get Psaki out here. Give me the explanation. It looks like a handshake, but I feel like he's I feel like he's going like just showing off.
He's not going
like someone's
that's
like someone in the crowd. Like someone in the crowd said something, or he's signaling to someone. It doesn't look like he's going for a handshake. It looks like maybe he's signaling to someone off stage.
Are you insane?
Yes.
Have you gone mad?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know what happened to Janine.
See, because he kind of goes back a little, like he's like.
He's not giving the hand. He is. Yeah. There's.
See, he looks off stage. Someone says something. He's like, "Hey."
Yeah,
No,
there's nobody
no,
there.
Frank.
Oh boy.
All right.
You can't pull out of this one. That's what she said.
Hi-oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
So
okay. Wonderful.
that's the guy with the finger on the button.
His finger's not on a button. You think he's
What?
going to nuke everybody?
Let's fucking hope not. No,
The only person I was worried about anybody nuking anybody was the nut job that was sending out
Donald
crazy
Trump.
tweets.
Yes, we get it.
but he didn't. He made it through 4 years without doing that.
Yeah, but if he had another 4 years,
Right now, if you had a bet on it, I'd say it's 50-50. This guy accidentally takes out
Yeah.
Italy.
you
What's this
can't
button do?
accidentally set off a nuke.
Yep.
Are you
What's
sure
this
about
button
that?
do? Okay.
No, I'm not sure about it either.
What if he trades North Dakota to Canada without our okay?
It's North Dakota.
Well, that's true. That example.
What have we lost here? No, I'm kidding. North Dakota, we love you. And Canada, we love you. So if you have to take over North Dakota, yeah, it's all good.
Would you
Fine.
use a glory hole in Canada? Because I would.
Definitely.
Yeah.
They would be the most polite sea suckers out there.
Yes.
Only if when I come back out of the glory hole, there's a Tim Hortons wrapped around it.
You know there is.
There's
That's the
got to
only
be.
place they're doing it.
There's a Tim Hortons donut to go
Mhm.
when I come back from that glory hole. Then I'm in.
I think they start every glory hole interaction with, "Hey, should we get some Tim Hortons donut holes after this, eh?"
And I think you're pronouncing it wrong. It's glory hole.
Glory hole, eh?
Glory hole.
I
They
like
would
to
definitely
stick.
clean up for you. They would give you a tissue.
Yeah, they would. They
See,
would,
that's
and
nice.
They would wrap your penis in a tissue.
they'd get their hand in there too a little to cup the ball, tickle the
Mhm.
balls a little because
I
they know
know.
that's
See,
what
that's-
everybody likes.
That's just courtesy right there.
That's a big hole.
Mm. Very
I'm
good.
in. Yes, that's not bad.
Yeah. Tim Hortons has glory holes. Yes, I think everyone built into the restaurants.
Yeah, they call them donut holes, but we're not fooled.
We're not fooled at
That's
all.
code for glory holes.
By the way, I don't want to sound anti-American here, but Canadian women, I feel like there's more pretty women in Canada per capita than any other country. Do you remember
makes
when we
you say
went to
that?
Canada? We didn't see an ugly person for like 4.5 days.
There's a
You
lot
went
of
to-
heavy clothing though, because it was freezing.
I was gonna say you guys went to strip clubs where they can do a whole awfully lot more there than they
We
can
did
do
not.
here.
Are you talking about Montreal or Toronto?
Either one.
All right,
We
Toronto.
didn't go to
did
strip
not.
clubs in Toronto.
No, we did not.
Why didn't
But-
we? That was stupid. That was a
Yeah,
bad-
that was kind of dumb.
we should have gone to one
Dumb.
just to
Yeah.
see what it was like.
I mean, Hockey Hall of Fame.
I mean, you won't stick your through a glory hole. You don't go to strip clubs in Montreal. What are you doing with your life?
Practically not a man, to be honest with you. Probably can't
Someone
even.
goes to NSYNC concerts. I'm not saying who.
I was dragged to it.
Were you promised a glory hole after?
Glory
been.
Hole? No.
You
Right.
know what I mean.
You know, it
Were you
wasn't.
promised something afterwards?
It wasn't said, but there was an understanding.
You've got to get a blowjob on the way home from a fucking NSYNC concert.
Spent plenty of time in the parking lot.
I hope
was
you just
like-
didn't go to second base. And
It was Nassau Coliseum, so yeah, that getting out of there is a nightmare.
So then she definitely did that to you.
I'm not gonna say. Maybe.
I forgot. Miss Justice is from Canada. I think she's confirming there is glory holes in Canada.
Miss Justice.
Yeah.
Finding some truth on this podcast.
Polite glory holes. You know what I like about a glory hole in Canada? You can get a blowjob and also talk about the Leafs power play all at the same time.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That is nice.
That's
Plus,
part
you
of the
get some weird looking money with hockey
Yeah, well, that's
players
true.
on it.
That's true. I was gonna say that's part of the foreplay there. They talk about how the Leafs are gonna win the cup this year to get everybody hard.
You think when they make a glory hole, they use one of those things that they get sap out of a maple tree?
So it's
What are those
nice and
called?
easy.
Right. Is there any maple syrup involved in a glory hole experience? Is what I'm asking. This thing on?
I would have to think so. There's some maple syrup involvement. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Actually, one of the only times I blocked somebody on TikTok, it was a maple syrup guy.
What
Why?
is that? Why?
What does that
'Cause-
even mean?
The first time I came across this thing, he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna tap a tree and get some maple syrup." I was like, "Oh, this is kind of cool. I'll watch this." And then like an hour later, I was scrolling again and I got another one of his videos. Like, let me give you the history of and then he went on this whole tirade of how we have to thank the Native Americans for syrup because without them we wouldn't. And I was just like, I can't.
Goodbye.
Nothing against the Native Americans. I just thought this guy has already got to we're stealing from the Native Americans in his quest to have an all tea trapping maple syrup channel. There's not enough content there. Like I just can't see that again.
Why'd you block him?
I don't want that coming up in my feed. You know who
That's
else I'm about to block? Janine, let me know if you're getting this. The fucking guy who's got a portable air conditioner that looks like a cooler that he takes to the beach. Have you
No,
seen this guy?
that's an amazing.
Yeah, it's like this cooler that it looks like a cooler. It's like it's a portable air conditioner. You can take it everywhere. I'm like, I don't want to take a fucking air conditioner to a beach.
Does he come up enough that you have to block him?
3 times in the last 2 days.
That's not that much.
That's a lot.
All right. Paul asks, are there floor glory holes? They're called flory holes, but only really tall people can be on the floor below you.
What does that mean? That like you stick your penis into the floor?
You lie down on the floor, and someone. I'm assuming.
Doesn't sound like an assumption.
Someone in the floor below you has to like look up and be 7 feet tall at least. It's possible.
I feel like we've got a lot done on this podcast between glory holes and 80s robot butlers. I think we're
making a difference in the world.
I don't have time for much left, so I'm glad I came in at the right time.
Yeah. No, this is going to be one I sent to my mom because I'm so proud. We should send this to our old high schools to be like, look what we've made of ourselves.
You see?
What have you guys done?
At our next high school reunion, this should be playing on loop.
Yeah.
In the like on a big screen.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to your high school reunion or no?
Only the glory hole part.
Right.
Probably.
You know what's weird about my high school reunion? I got the invitation in mail the day of the reunion. Like it was that Saturday, and on Saturday I looked at my mail and there was the invitation for that night.
And you couldn't go because you had an NSYNC concert. I know.
I had to go to NSYNC. They don't understand that there are some things you can't miss.
They had to do it on the same night? Come on, that's not fair.
I mean, half the place was empty because of NSYNC was in town.
It's a non-invite. It's an invitation.
It's an invitation, is what it was.
That's definitely correct.
Did you ever go to your high school reunion?
There was what year was it? I guess it was 2020.
Why do you sound like you're down the hallway?
Whew.
You gotta get there you go. Closer to the mic.
That's what she said. And I did not go because I don't even know why. I don't remember why I didn't go. But I was like, oh, I know why I didn't go because I didn't like the place where it was at.
You didn't go because of the location?
Yeah. It's a horrible place.
Tim Hortons?
You guys both know it.
Just say it.
I know a lot of horrible places.
Villa Russo's.
You wouldn't go to Villa because for your high school reunion?
No thanks.
All right.
And it wasn't just my year. It was my year, my husband's year, and the year after me. And
did your husband go?
He was like, I have no interest in that at all. I am not going to this. And I was like, okay. It's because you don't want to see that girl that you were looking at her ass 21 years ago. Right?
Son of a bitch.
That doesn't apply to us. We went to an all-boys school. But
yes, it does.
We were looking at asses.
I guess so.
Be honest though, not for any like TV movie or high school bullshit. But is there anybody you want to see at your high school?
Honestly, maybe a couple of teachers and maybe the old hockey team. But other than that,
we could do that at a bar without all the pomp and circumstance.
What? I'm gonna call up people I haven't talked to in 20 years and say, meet me at a bar. It's kind of weird.
You know what though? The thing is, it's different these days because everyone's on social media, so you pretty much see what people are up to anyway.
You're already reunioned.
It's true.
So I get it, but
it's the reason why I don't talk to my family. I know everything that's happening
right.
with you. You fucking put everything on social media. What do I need?
Yeah, but you get food and booze. You have a nice time.
No,
tell everybody you're an astronaut.
I have zero desire to talk to fucking high school people.
You tell people you invented the Post-it.
I tell people I invented the glory hole.
You see,
That's
They're
my
like,
plan.
they were like, yeah, you were like that in high school.
it's
Makes
more like
sense.
you. It's more like you were the reason glory holes were invented,
Who, me or Anthony?
Anthony, because nobody wanted to look at you.
Oh, that's not nice.
The hell did I do to you?
You hired me for this show.
I still can't believe that you won't go to a glory hole with your wife. I think your wife's going to be offended.
Yep.
I just, it's one of those.
I
How
also think
clean
it's
is the glory hole? Where is the glory hole?
I also think it's a lie too, because I think if your wife wanted to go, you'd be there.
Depends. A few factors have to weigh in. Where is it? Is it like how many people have used this thing? Is it
It
clean?
doesn't matter.
I don't want to put my thing in there and then know that 100 other guys have. It's no.
Again.
Wait, are we talking about a glory hole or your wife? I don't.
Say your wife.
Oh,
I was reading something.
that was
Me
not
too.
cool.
We said it at the same time, Anthony.
Not cool.
That's right, Janine. You should
I'm
have
talking
apologized.
strictly glory hole.
That goes to
Okay.
me. Thank you.
Wait, you never answered the question. Would you use a glory hole?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
You could start out small. That's what she said.
That's what his wife does.
And get a cardboard box, cut a hole through it,
Oh, exciting.
That seems
and again,
weird.
you can't see the top of her head or the side.
What's
one
the point
side.
then?
Give
I
her
feel like
some
you.
air.
I don't understand though. If you know it's your wife on the other end. What's the point of not seeing, of the box or the wall or whatever?
That's what she said. Which box are you talking about right now?
Who's
All right.
Whoops. Sorry, I hit the wrong thing.
That's what she said.
How
Which
thick
one
is
of
the
us-
wall? Jack wants to know. That's important. Frank's gonna need a cardboard thick wall.
That's not nice.
I know.
Yes.
That's what I said to his wife when she said it to me over the text just now. All right, let's do this because then I gotta get to my favorite story of the night, and I don't want Janine to miss.
We're
that
gonna
one.
miss out on some stories
yeah,
here if we
yeah.
keep doing this.
You're
Yeah.
I'm definitely missing out.
That's fine, but you got to get to this next one. So let's go through this one quickly.
Hurry up.
Speaking of pornos, Jen Psaki and Peter Ducey at it again. Psaki was on Pod Save America.
Okay.
Dumb fucking name for a podcast, but I think it's a really big podcast for Democrat people. And they asked her if Peter Ducey, if she thought Peter Ducey was a son of a bitch, a stupid son of a bitch.
Okay.
Hey, listen.
Okay. Is he a stupid son of a bitch? Or does he play a stupid son of a bitch on TV?
Okay. Well, he works for a network
Okay.
that provides people with questions that nothing personal to any individual, including Peter Ducey, but might make anyone sound like a stupid son of a bitch.
All right. That's fair.
That's fair?
She's not calling him a stupid son of a bitch. She says she works for a company. He works for a company that makes you, like, if you work for them, you're forced to kind of come off that way.
I think Jen Psaki would do us a glory hole
Absolutely.
if what's his name was on the other side.
That would be the raunchiest, nastiest,
Yep.
hate bangingest.
Yeah. When those two finally fuck, it's gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about this Netflix fertility documentary. Have you heard about this fucking thing?
Only
Yes.
from the rundown at the beginning of the show.
I can't
All right.
wait.
You heard about this, Janine? How fucking crazy is this?
What is this?
Okay. There was a doctor in Ohio, I want to say. He was a fertility doctor.
Mm.
In 2015, this woman thought she was an only child. So
Okay.
she went to the local news station, and after she learned, that she's not, and they started an investigation, which led to this whole thing. Basically, she went on one of these, what do you call it, like 23andMe or
Mhm.
whatever it is,
Okay.
to see what her roots are, and they tell you if you have family in the area or whatever, or family of the family,
Right.
and her fucking thing, thing went through the roof. It looked like the early days of COVID, like the fucking sibling chart just went skyrocketing through.
So she has a ton of siblings she doesn't know about?
She's a ton of siblings she doesn't know about. Fast forward, go to find out that this fertility doctor women were going, or couples, I guess you would say, were going to him to try and get pregnant, and he was pumping them full of his own.
Jizz.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I heard about this story years ago too, and I was like, "There's no way."
I thought I heard about this, and then nothing, and now there's a documentary.
There's a documentary called Our Father, which is coming out on Netflix on May 11th.
Oh
It
my
looks
God.
so fucked up.
Do we have a number? Do we have a number of how many
Yes,
we do?
unalleged number.
Okay.
Because as it turns out, they never. I don't think they got this. By the way, not a crime.
How
What?
could that be?
It's not a crime
Well, wait a second. Because
to falsify semen records.
Spread your seed.
if fraud isn't a crime,
That's a good thing there, Frank. It does sound like fraud, but it is not.
so if let's say I'm the doctor and I have samples and I go, this is the guy, and here's his rundown, here's his medical history, here's everything, but then I give the couple my sample. That's not illegal. How could that be? That can't be right. There's
I don't
got to
know.
be a law against that.
Maybe
If
that's not.
one of the laws we already have has to apply to that.
But maybe that's not what he did. Maybe he said, "I have this really foolproof method, and trust me." And
Yeah,
know,
but they wouldn't ask. All these people wouldn't ask, where is this sample coming from?
I don't think you've ever met somebody who's trying to have a baby.
No, I
get kind
understand.
of crazy.
I get that, but
Give me any.
whose
seed.
sperm are you using? Seems like question 1 or 2. I'm not blaming them. I'm blaming the doctor for being so shady about this and hiding the fact.
Yeah, I don't think
Because
Yeah.
I feel like he is. There had to be a lie somewhere in this whole thing where he was like, "Here's what you're getting," but he actually gave his own.
I think they got him for obstruction of justice. That's what they got him to plead guilty to. 2 counts of obstruction of justice during the criminal investigation. But I don't think they got him for actually doing this.
That is crazy.
impersonating one's
Say-
jism.
You got to get closer to the mic.
Impersonating one's jism is not.
Jism impersonations apparently are okay.
Deceptism. That's not good. You can't do that.
Yeah. So anyway, so she goes to find out, and she goes, "Holy shit! Not only do I have a lot of siblings, they're all in this town." And so the documentary trailer is like, people are just kind of like, they don't say it, but they kind of do say it. They're kind of like, "Did I fuck my brother or sister?"
Yeah.
Like there are people who are like, "Have I slept with somebody that?"
Wait, what do you mean? What are you talking about?
Because it was a doctor who was in a town, so
Yeah.
all the fucking people in this town.
Oh, everybody in the town are related to the doctor now.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it was like what 375, right?
What cases?
Oh yeah, what was the number?
So I don't know
I
what the
thought that's
total.
what it was.
Yeah, I don't know what the total number, but during the court hearing, the doctor himself estimated that he used his own sperm for insemination up to 50 times.
Oh no, I thought it was 375.
But the woman who
50s.
first discovered this said that she herself has uncovered more than 90
Yeah.
siblings. Yeah. Could you
Well, how
imagine?
many like twins and triplets and stuff?
I don't know.
I don't know, but let's say it's a minimum of 50. That's still. I mean, I'd love to know. I mean, I guess the documentary would answer this. I'd love to know the conversation of a couple comes in, the doctor goes, "We could help you." I mean, if it's if there's a male involved in the couple, are they using his, and he just takes it and throws it out and uses his own, or
Or he makes a soup out of it.
he makes some kind of I mean, is this guy in jail? What do we know?
That I don't know, but I do know
No.
one thing.
He's
No.
not in jail,
No.
even for obstruction.
Well, I don't know how long the obstruction of justice was, but that was back in 2017. So I assume that he's out.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, Janine.
If there was a glory hole in this town, you know that it could be possible family members doing it to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most likely, I would say.
How big
Not
of the town
possible.
is this?
I don't think it was big at all. That's what she said.
Do we know
Yeah.
where it was? Ohio, you said?
I think it was in Ohio. And I think he was like a pastor of some sort too, wasn't he?
Oh,
Yeah, because like in one of the scenes, he's like
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
Wait,
he's
so
blessing somebody in a river.
he's a fertility doctor and a pastor.
Yeah.
When does he have time to give his sample? Guy's
By
doing
the
too much.
By the way, when they asked him, he said in a conversation, Klein even said that he didn't believe he was fathering. He didn't believe he was even fathering children, rather helping families who were devastated by being unable to conceive their own.
I mean,
So he's like, I'm helping here. I'm not, doing anything wrong.
I don't know, man. that's fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta tell them. I mean, if he said to them, "Listen, this is what I'm doing. I happen to be very fertile. Here's my sample. We're doing this with my thing." If he was upfront with them about everything, I do this with all my clients. Then like they sign a thing that says, "Yes, I understand. We're getting the doctor's sample, and this is what's happening." Maybe, but I'm sure that all of these people did not know that this doctor was using his own sample.
Definitely not.
So in that case, there has to be some kind of level of fraud here.
Paul says his Netflix show sounds like a weird porn. I have checked. There's no prolapsed anuses in this particular documentary.
Then I don't want to watch
So
it.
it's not that weird then.
Right.
All right.
Can't be as bad as that. But how could you have? I mean, that's fucked up. That is. My jaw was on the floor when I was watching this fucking thing. I was like, you gotta be shitting me.
That is unbelievable. I mean, how big could the town be
I didn't
in
ask how big
Ohio?
could his mouth-
Yeah, right. Let's say it's what? I don't know, 10,000 people. And he fathered 50 kids, 50
Yeah.
people. I mean, the odds of you running into someone you know, I mean, yeah, because I don't know how long he's been doing this, but they're probably maybe all around the same age. But,
Now, let me ask you this. This is a good question for both of you.
Ooh.
If you couldn't conceive, would you rather get a sperm donation from somebody you know or from an anonymous source?
it's a good question.
'Cause I'm going anonymous.
Yeah.
Everybody I know is a fucking moron.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe someone I know.
Would you really go with somebody you know?
Yeah.
You don't
I'm
think
going to
that?
be insulted if this is not me. Who would it be?
Can I?
Do you have an idea of someone?
I haven't
Yeah.
thought about that ever.
She's clearly has somebody in mind who who she thinks would be good.
Oh yeah. I don't
I'm
want
dying
to upset you both, but
It's not one
I'll
of
tell you about this
us.
other story.
Okay.
I met this woman who she could not have children, and they told her that her ovaries were not working well. So if she wanted to have a baby, she would have to have an egg donor.
Uh-huh.
And her sister offered, and she was like, "You could use one of mine." So she donated her eggs to her sister. So her sister is, I guess, biologically the mother and also the aunt.
I don't know if she's biologically the mother. I mean,
Well,
she
First of all,
carried
this
it.
happens all the time in Alabama, and not that way.
no, this happened right here on Long Island. you
Yeah.
know. And like her daughter, who was conceived with her sister's eggs, they told her like, "Oh, you're only here because your aunt," and they always like joke around about it. But I thought that was pretty cool. Like, her sister helped her out.
That is cool. And technically, I mean, I don't know how it works with like percentages, but like the mother, she carried the kid,
Well,
right?
yeah, I mean, she carried her.
I mean, it was her sister's egg, but she carried her for 9 months and gave birth to her.
Yes, but
So
it was a joke that her sister and her husband were going to. They cheated on her because they put the sperm in her sister.
that's the thing I would worry about. If it was someone I
It's like,
know,
oh, I get that, but
everybody I know is a dick. So if it was someone I know, my whole life and my kid's whole life, that person would be like, "Well, I'm their real father, so it doesn't matter." That's all I would hear, and I'd be like, "Oh, what can I say?"
You think so?
I would absolutely
Absolutely.
do that until it came time to pay for something. I'd be like, ask your other father, because
Yeah, that's the fake father.
it's not on me.
Not fake.
No, but for real, would you? I'm dying to know who Janine would pick. Do we know this person?
I really haven't talked about this yet.
All right, wait. Here we go. Here's the question: if you had to choose one of the two of us,
Oh God.
Oh, that's an awful question.
why was that an awful question?
Because she'd obviously choose me. Who would pick you? Why would we pick you? That'd be crazy.
That's fair.
You won't even use a glory hole or sit on a toilet, for Christ's
And you
sake.
tell people to turn off their phones on planes. Get the flag here.
You want that DNA. that kid is going to grow up responsible and with a
Polite.
polite and an eye for safety, and he's going to know. Turn off your damn cell phone.
Mm-hmm. Frank, would you pick you? So you're saying you wouldn't pick somebody you know? You'd pick somebody anonymous.
I would probably go anonymous, but I would want to know, like, the workup. I wouldn't want like a file on the person.
Would you take your brother, for instance, like this, like Janine's story? Would it be like, oh, guys, get
It's
my
a good
brother's
question.
opinion in there?
I would consider it. I would certainly consider it. I wouldn't
What if
rule it out.
What if he offered to save you on the doctor's bills and just put it in there himself?
That might be a different story.
Imagine.
Yeah, I'd probably have to turn that down.
You would save a lot of money.
You would. However,
I want you to know if you ever chose me, I would be like, I'll do it. You don't have to worry about it. I'll be like this. It's going to cost you 20 grand through insurance, and I'll do it for $5.
$5,000 or $5?
$5
Or
grand.
5 pumps.
Yeah, then no.
No, but then I'm
I'll
going to
spend
go
the
like,
20.
but then I'm going to
Or
go
I
like
just won't
this.
have kids. I'm fine with that.
After I pull out and put it all over her back, I'm going to go, oh, I'm sorry, force a habit. I got to do it again.
Jesus. Oh my
We're
God.
gonna have to do that again.
First of all, you're talking about my wife here. So let's fucking back it up a little bit.
I think I'm being a good friend, and you're trying to make me sound like I got something
You
wrong.
sound
with
like
me.
a big creep.
Yeah, I don't appreciate this tone.
It's not me saying it. It's you being the big, creepazoid here.
Frank is definitely getting turned on by this, and he's just gonna.
I am not.
How hard do you think he's gonna bang his wife after this?
Pretty hard.
Thinking about
That has
you
nothing to
banging
do with
his
That has nothing to do with this.
Especially after those, the way those margaritas are going down.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she said.
But
There
And
you
who's
go.
Margarita?
Margarita ain't gonna be the only thing going down. Am I right, big man?
I like Mark David's.
Chapman?
No.
Oh.
Different Mark David.
Okay, thank God.
He says, I'm love Frank.
Yeah,
Does
that's
that
true.
mean
Couldn't agree more. I'm love Frank too. Got to admit, that's my quote of the day. I love it. Thank you, Mark David. And guys, sign up to be members because we got a big show coming up. We going to talk about the show?
Secret show tomorrow.
Big show tomorrow happening.
Yeah, very excited.
The only way to see now, is this the only way to see it?
Only way to see it is if you're a member.
Now, is this going to be? This show is only happening tomorrow. We're not going to play. Tell me the details. You go over the details.
Well, I don't know. It might be available. It's probably going to be available to everybody at some point.
Okay.
But it's the type of show that is not going to be as impactful unless you're really watching it live.
It's a good live show to be in on. Only members have access to watch it live.
Yes, correct.
Okay, and interact and do the live chat thing.
Yes, correct.
Okay, and then it'll be aired later on for everybody else, but you won't be able to interact with us.
You have not gotten one thing wrong yet.
That's pretty good. So sign up, become a member. There's the join button below or anthonyonair.com. 3 levels. Pick your level that works best for you. We got a lot of 3 levels, all pretty reasonable pricing.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a lot out of it. But this is the first. This is history in the making here. This is the first members only live show.
And I will say it's going to be a good one. Like, it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be nice. Right. I don't know if it's going to be it's not going to be the greatest one we ever do. Like, because some of the other things we talk about are way better, but I feel like this is the timing of this all worked out that this is a good first one to start with.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a home run. And I'm looking forward to it. It's tomorrow night. What, 8 o'clock, 8:30?
8:30.
8:30 Eastern time.
Yep.
Eastern Standard. And before 8:30 Eastern Standard Time hits tomorrow, Saturday, sign up, become a member, because you're going to want to interact with us. What's great is you're not going to be, mixed in with hundreds of other people. The membership, it's limited
Very
to
intimate
just the members.
Yes.
So come on
And
in.
not every member is going to be able to make it because of the short notice and all that stuff. By the way, the show is going to start at 8:30, but we're going to start pushing some instructions out tonight and tomorrow because there's another interactive piece with this particular secret first members only show.
Yep. Mark David, my grandfather's name is Frank too. So there you go. So we have a lot in common. So Mark David.
Yeah, it's starting with I think you're both intoxicated. So I think
that's possible.
First.
That is possible. Hey, listen, I like to reach out and relate to the fans here.
Yes, that's true.
You missed Brian. I missed Brian's super chat. How did I miss that? I don't see a super chat.
We
got it.
Put that up on the screen, I think.
Yeah, we got it, I think.
Yeah, maybe there's another one. I don't know.
I
missed all of it. Anyway, quickly, Frank, Seinfeld's TV mom passed. Liz Sheridan, age of 93.
She hung in there. 93 is up there. That's good. And from what I understand, she passed peacefully in her sleep, which you can't ask for better than that, I think.
That's the way to go. That, better than dying taking a shit or a glory hole.
What's weird is it's less than 2 weeks away from Estelle Harris just passed away, George's mom.
That's right.
So they passed away within like 2 weeks of each other.
All the Seinfeld parents are gone now.
All of them.
She was the last one.
Even the originals, before they changed them over, there was an original. There were Frank Costanza was someone else, and
I don't know about the original
Morty.
Frank Costanza. Yeah, well, the original Morty died. I know that.
He died. All right, I'm gonna look up the original Frank Costanza.
Look up the original Frank Costanza. But yeah, that's basically it. Because Jerry Stiller was that was the biggest one. Jerry Stiller was the biggest out of all of them. He was the biggest. He did the most, especially later on in life.
Right.
Yeah. All the Seinfeld parents are basically gone, except for I don't know about the original. Didn't we just do the story about how he got replaced too? I feel like we did that on an episode not that long ago.
That could be. Now, the original, for those who remember, was John Randolph, which I think he was actually in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. He played, what's his name's father, Chevy Chase's father.
That's right. And I think he missed it because he couldn't commit, or it was some weird scheduling thing, and he's like, I won't do it. And then they decided to replace him, and it was I forget what it was, but we literally just did it.
He passed away in 2004, it looks like. So all of them, including the originals, are now deceased.
All right, Aussie Andy, our favorite Australian. I mean, hands down. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
Fuck. Everybody, Mel Gibson and all those other ones.
Oh, fuck Mel Gibson.
Because it's
Mel
all
Gibson
about
sucks.
Aussie Andy. Yeah.
My favorite part of this show was when Frank said tippy toes. I did say tippy toes. Lemon tree, tippy toes.
I missed that. When did you say that?
I said tippy toes with. They have to stand on with the floory hole. The person in the floor below has to stand on their tippy toes, I think. I think it could have been any time. It's a long show.
It has been a long show, hasn't it? Taylor Goldsmith is got a posthumous release out today. This is like all kinds of sad. He was part of a tribute to Edgar Winter. That
nice.
Yeah, that Edgar's brother. I'm sorry, it was a
Johnny?
tribute to Johnny Winter that Edgar was putting together. So he covered Johnny's track "Guess I'll Go Away."
Oh wow!
Yeah, and that got released.
Eerie.
Yeah, that was scheduled to be released today, and it did go out today. It was released.
Wow.
So on Edgar Winter's new record, Brother Johnny, you can hear Taylor Hawkins singing a cover of "Guess I'll Go Away."
He sang on that.
Sang it. Yeah.
Wow.
He's a great singer.
Did he sing on any Foo Fighters?
A couple of tracks, yeah. He did a lot of backing vocals, and he did take the lead on some things. And he had a couple of side bands where he did some singing too.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just eerie given the title of the track.
Yeah, holy crap.
Totally eerie. So that's the Taylor Hawkins update. First VP cider dinner.
Cider. It would be
Cider?
cider, not apple cider.
Sorry, I said cider.
Yes, cider.
In the VP's residence, Kamala Harris and I guess her hubby is Jewish. Doug Emhoff?
I believe so. I don't think Kamala is Jewish. Yeah,
Yes.
so
this is the first one in the vice presidential house.
okay, so first one in history.
The VP lives in the Naval Observatory on a base just not too far from the White House.
That's interesting. Now,
Yeah.
yeah, so this weekend, so we have Easter on Sunday and we have Passover this weekend. So that's
Today at 5.
Today's Passover. So happy holidays to everyone celebrating.
I like to tell everybody happy Jewish Easter. And then when my
That's-
family comes over, I go happy Christian Passover. That's what I tell everybody.
That's
It's a
something.
big laugh every time.
that is something.
Huge laugh.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
What about the penis one?
Don't have time.
We don't have time for the penis story?
Well, we said we weren't doing 2 hours tonight, and I'm trying to get us
All right.
to stick with that. It's been 90 minutes.
What? Yeah, you're the captain here.
Plus, we got the bonus show tomorrow. We got to rest up. We can't.
Oh boy, bonus show, baby!
Yeah, we can't.
Saturday night show. How rare is this? Pretty rare.
Very rare.
Is the answer. I'll answer that one for you. I'll jump right in.
I am so fucking excited. By the way, somebody, and I won't say who, just asked us if we were doing this show again, and I didn't answer them. They're like, "This was my favorite show that you ever did. Are you ever going to do it again?" And I go, not going to answer. I'm going to let it all just kind of.
You mean tomorrow's show?
Be mysterious. Yes.
I think people could guess what we're doing tomorrow.
I wonder. I'm not so sure.
Well, to find out, become a member.
Yeah, there's no telling. Because, by the way, did I mention this today? Your old pal caught a little. I don't know if you know this, but 52 people liked a tweet of mine. So very big, Frank. Very hot on the Twitter right now.
What was your tweet?
Well, let me see. It was, I forget what stupid company it was, but they decided to, The Guardian, perhaps? The Guardian put a tweet out saying, send us your questions for Bill Gates. And my question was, what happened with that Epstein thing?
Right. You think they asked him?
Well, I think they have an upcoming thing that they're going to ask them on.
You think that'll make the cut?
I hope so. I got a lot of likes going, so I'm hoping so. Also, Paul thinks that the guy who ratted out the subway shooter is a better looking version of me. I don't.
That's not hard to do.
Fuck off, you and Paul. Is that a better looking version of me? I don't.
He needs to. I mean, he has a mustache, but other than that,
Yeah.
and he's not as hairy, arm wise.
That's true.
I
don't know.
I mean, it's different. It's different. I mean, you got the same like hair thickness.
I think I got better hair, to be honest with you.
Yeah, your hair could stop a bullet. This guy, he seems like normal hair. It's close. I'm not gonna lie, it's close. And he has better flowers than you have.
You know how we always make that joke, like, "Oh, you people, like, all you people look the same." I mean,
I don't make that joke. You make that joke.
A lot of people make that joke. That me and this guy, if we were both leaving the sack of suds, I'd be on that stand. Okay. If this guy shot somebody in the sack of suds, I'd be answering questions 3 days later.
That might be the best line you ever said. That was good.
It's called disclosure, you dickhead.
All
right. The sack of suds. I shot the clerk.
I shot the clerk? All right.
Yeah, if the old lady didn't have her glasses on, or even if she did, she'd mistake you for him or him for you, whatever, however it goes.
Yeah. Oh, I kind of am striking this pose. Wait, hold on. Let me see. I can't. Can I split screen this? I don't know how to work this thing. This is too much.
That's not it.
That's not it. Oh,
it's close.
Which side is he?
No,
No, he's on this side, kind of, really.
But we can't see your arm. You gotta. Someone should show you. See, now I'm over here.
I don't know.
I'm over here now. Now I'm over here.
I don't know how it all works. They never trained me on this equipment. Jumpstart Coffee, grab some coffee. It'd be a very big help for us, of course, if you purchase that. But again, become a member because tomorrow.
Big show tomorrow night.
Big show, baby.
24 hours from now, or a little less.
Mhm.
8:30 p.m. Eastern, Saturday night.
What time is that in Australia for Oceanic?
It's Australian PM Eastern, Australian Eastern, Western, Southern Hemisphere.
She'll ask an Australian man. He'll be able to figure
The
it out.
toilet flushes the opposite direction, which is weird to me.
Mhm.
I don't get that. Coriolis.
I am banned from that fruit stand.
Yeah, we're banned from so many things.
Mhm.
You're banned.
Thanks, Miss Justice, of course, Robin for patrolling everything, and everybody else who had a great comment and is here with us tonight.
All the members, everybody joining us tomorrow. Please join us. Become a member. It's the only way to join us tomorrow night.
That's it. Yeah, we don't want you missing out. And keep your eye on the member area because we're going to be putting out a lot of information about the show tomorrow.
Because we're keeping an eye on our members.
We'll see you guys on the next episode. Thanks so much for everything.
Show me potato salad.
Maybe we should go now.
Go ahead.